What's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about the 2021 Wethepeople Reason Complete Bike. I'm really excited for this one because it's kind of one of these that I recommend for a lot of people, where some of the Wethepeople bikes I feel like you're getting ripped off, you know? So if you're wondering which one's which, go to the really in-depth video. It's like 45 minutes long, and look at all those. I talk about the good ones, the bad ones, and the okay ones. But let's get right into the video.
The Youngster Bomb mission, growing BMX by making it fun and easy to understand. For some of us, it's an escape. For others, it's a passion. But for all of us, it's a lifestyle. We all love this sport. I'm glad you're letting me teach you everything that I know about it.
So first, let me tell you what Wethepeople says about the Reason. Now, Wethepeople says, the Reason is a serious piece of kit. The Reason is draped in quality from head to toe, featuring a full 4130 chromoly frame with a modern 76-degree head tube and super short 12.75-inch chainstay. The Reason now comes with a shorter 160mm cranks and a steeper 15mm offset fork, making it truly ride like the same bike Wethepeople pros Felix Pragenberg and Dan Crook are riding right now. Felix Pragenberg just got pro for Monster. Super exciting for him. Just reminded me when I read that. So for the most part, this is really accurate, and a couple things. This bike is responsive, like next level responsive. It's crazy. Most head tubes are 75 degrees. This is a whole degree steeper. Most chainstays are 13.2. This is a whole quarter inch smaller. And most offsets on forks are like 26. 26 used to be considered steep, and now recently the game has changed, and 15 millimeters the new steep, 26 millimeters the new normal. So this thing's crazy, really responsive, and it also comes with a Salt Pro Free Coaster hub, which Salt is okay. It's not as good as Eclaw, or it's not as good as Wethepeople, but it's okay. Let's talk about how much this bike costs. It's not as much as the Battleship, it's not as much as the Envy, but it's still pretty costly. It's about $600, and there's a lot of bikes out there that are around that price, and for the most part I think they're great. This is also one of those that you're getting every ounce of quality for your $600. The Reason's a really good bike, and it's kind of unique because of how steep the geometry is. Now, it comes in two different colors. One of the guys that hangs out with me on the live stream has this matte black Wethepeople Reason, and the other color option is a matte blue. Now, I really like the matte black because it's just a nice clean look with a little bit of the neochrome to pop, where the matte blue is super boring. I don't know, maybe I just like red more than blue, but to me it's just, there's nothing special about it. I don't know, it looks cool, like it looks okay. It's just not, it's nothing to go home and tell your mom about, right? It's okay. So those are the two colors. Now, wait. If you've made it this far, you're probably really enjoying the review, but I'm gonna jump in real quick and tell you a little secret on how you can make your bike buying journey a lot easier. So I do free bike recommendations, and it's as simple as filling out a form, letting me look over the information, and then sending you a PDF with 3 different bikes that I think would be perfect for you. So there's a link in the description. Just go fill that out. It asks for your height, your budget, your skill level, and then I can kind of look at that information and pick 3 bikes that are absolutely perfect for you and save you so much time. So let's get back into the video. Now let's talk about the specs that the bike actually comes with. The frame, the bread and butter of the bike, is full 4130 chromoly. It's got a tapered chainstay and seat stay with removable brake pivots and guides. So you can run brakes with this bike, but you can also take the pivots and guides off to have a nice, clean looking brakeless bike. It has Salt forks that are also full 4130 chromoly with the 15 millimeter offset. We already talked about that. The other thing I didn't talk about, I'm going to talk about now, is the 160 millimeter cranks. So most cranks are around 175. 160 is going to be a lot closer. And the reason most people do this is because when you're pedaling and the back of your foot's going to hit the peg, especially on a 12.75 inch chainstay like the Reason, when you have 160 millimeter cranks, it shrinks that about by 15 millimeters so that your foot doesn't come as close to the back peg. Pro tip, I bet you didn't know that. Now you do. So that's why the cranks are shorter. Now it also has one double wall rim. This is kind of a big deal to me, mostly because $600, the Mafia Cush 2 bike is like a $300 bike. It comes with double wall rims. Now, the double wall rim quality is probably arguably not as good as the double wall rim on here, but look, double wall rims in general take a big beating. You're gonna crash, you're gonna spin, you're gonna smack it, and they bend. They turn into tacos, and the only tacos we like are the ones that are not tacoed rims. So, that was dumb. Anyway, to me, it's just so important to have double wall rims. Now, keep in mind, your front rim generally doesn't take a huge beating. You're not nose casing huge jumps. You're not 360ing nose manual down stair sets. So you can get away with it, but I still they went cheap here. They skimped out for sure to give you guys a single wall rim on the front, and I don't really like that. Now, the other important thing is 2 pegs, 4 hub guards. This bike is mostly street ready. The only thing is I wish it had 4 pegs because you could grind on either side. You could grind on both sides if it did come with 4 pegs, but that's okay. The bike does weigh 27 pounds, which is pretty heavy, but keep in mind that's the weight with the pegs and with the hub guards. So the geometry, this is how the bike's shaped, how it's made, and how it's going to affect your riding. Has a 20.75 inch top tube. Now, guys, Google Dougster Bob size guide to find which size is right for you. If you go to the one on my site, all you do is click your height and it tells you exactly what size you need. It's super easy because I don't know how tall you are, but 20.75 is only for certain riders. Keep that in mind, do a little research. Now the chainstay length is really responsive 12.75 like the description said, and what this does is this brings the back wheel in closer to your feet. It makes the bike feel really responsive and really snappy. So spins are going to come around really easily. Manuals are going to pick up easy, but the balance point is going to be a little more hard to control. It has a 76-degree inch head tube angle. We already talked about that. It brings the front wheel under you, makes it really responsive with the steering, makes nose manuals easy to pop up in, and it just makes this thing so crazy, so responsive. And the standover height is 9 inches, which is about average. Most bikes come with a standover height this size. The street score for the Reason is a 29 out of 40, or about 72%. You can already tell this is probably the best discipline to ride this bike on since it is street ready right out of the box. Now the park score is a lot lower at 15 out of 30, or about 50%. It's it has gyro tabs so you can run gyros, but it doesn't come with a gyro right away. And the geometry is pretty responsive. That's why it got a higher score than most bikes, but it's not all the way park specific. So 50% you can still ride park on this bike for sure and have a lot of fun. All right, in the dirt section, this bike did absolutely terrible. It got a 5 out of 30. The reason it got such a low score is that the geometry is so compact, so responsive that controlling it at high speeds on dirt jumps would be an absolute nightmare. The free coaster is also going to make it really hard to make up the speed. So if you case a jump and you need to get enough speed to clear the second jump, you generally pedal. And with a free coaster, half of your pedal is doing absolutely nothing. It's just the slack catching up and it's not helping you out. So riding dirt on a free coaster is very hard and I don't generally recommend it. That's why this bike got such a low score. Now the quality section is really cool. It got a 20 out of 40, so it got about 50%. This is better than a lot of bikes, but not as good as those $1,000 bikes that we talk about. The reason the quality score is what it is it has full chromoly. It's really important to have full chromoly, but it's not aftermarket chromoly. The aftermarket chromoly has different level of like love put into it. It's really just held to a different standard. This is more of a basic. It's still full chromoly. It's going to be a lot stronger than high tensile steel, but it's not on the same level as an aftermarket frame or aftermarket bars or whatever it may be. It also has that one single wall rim, which really makes me angry, and it did lose points for that. Now the style score, it got a 25 out of 30. Most bikes get this. This had two different color options, and to me it's very visually appealing. Like I said, I don't really love the blue, but there's nothing wrong with it. And then everything on this bike is fully customizable, so you could get any bars, put them on. Any pedals, put them on. That's really important because some bikes aren't fully customizable, and then you try and upgrade it and you just wasted all that money, and that's a bad day for sure. Very bad day. Now the overall Dougster Bob score is a 109 out of 200. Overall, this is a pretty high score, but it's not the best. For the price, it's really kind of a low score. There's some bikes that are a lot cheaper that scored a little higher. So, you know, we'll talk about that at the end. But that's the Dougster Bob score. The reason it got that score is because it's really good on street. It's okay in park, not good on dirt, but it does have pretty good quality. So that kind of mashed in together to give it a 109. Now, a big question is, who's this bike actually for? It's a big nightmare of mine that one of you guys might go and buy the wrong bike. So pay attention here. This bike's for someone who likes to ride street. Obviously, you should be riding at about a mid-level, and you know, if you're riding at a beginner level, this is too much for you. It's a little expensive. If you're riding at a mid-level, you're riding street with the occasional riding park, but you don't ever ride dirt, and you just need something that can hold up to your mid-level tricks. For example, you're doing bar spins, 360s, big 180s, you're grinding handrails, things like that. This bike's good for you because the quality is going to withstand as you keep progressing. Now the final question is, would I recommend it? And I would say no, but the specific responsive geometry makes me say yes if that's what you're looking for. So we'll take the Cult Devotion for example. It's $560, full chromoly, comes with 2 pegs, comes with hub guards. The difference there though is it's a 21-inch top tube with a 13.6-inch chainstay. So it's a cheaper bike, same quality. It has full double wall rims where this bike does not have full double wall rims, but the frame is so big and so tanky that if you're looking to do technical street riding, it would be worth it to spend the extra $40-50 and get the Wethepeople Reason, where the bike is more designed for that. On average, I really wouldn't, just because, man, it has a single wall rim and it's a $600 bike. Like, come on guys, you could do better. So angry. So that's the Wethepeople Reason. If you sound like the rider I described, it's a good bike. It's just a little overpriced in my opinion. All right, hold on. Don't leave yet, because just give me 5 seconds. If you guys still have questions about BMX or your bike shopping experience, whatever, every single Friday I go live for about an hour. This last live went 800 different comments. There's 800 comments that I had to respond to, and I went for an hour and 40 minutes. I try and keep it to an hour, but if the live pops off, the live pops off, and I stick around and I keep answering questions. So if you guys want to do that, you want to hang out with us, you want to answer some questions or get some questions answered. I ask questions too, but if you want to hang out, go to my profile, scroll all the way to the bottom. You can even skip the subscribe button, but scroll all the way to the bottom and it'll say upcoming live streams. Get notified on that, because you know the time just depends around my schedule, and it's not consistent every Friday, but it is every Friday. So go there, get notified so that you don't miss out when I go live. You can ask me any BMX question, and maybe you'll get a moderator. I give moderator. There's like so many different moderators to my channel, because all it takes is coming to a couple lives and hanging out. Like when I recognize your username, I'm like, oh cool, here's a wrench, here's the moderator. I have so much fun doing them, and I hope to see you there. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, tell your friends, like, blah, 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 blah. Peace.